Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my basically long play of Alone in the Dark. I'm just going to skip this because I always found I'm playing the Dreamcast version because it's probably the best version that I can play all the way through. I've got the PlayStation 1 version that I can play all the way through. I've got the PlayStation 2 version, and I also have the game on PC, but the Dreamcast version is the only one that will play all the way through and looks like semi-decent. So, plus I just love playing the Dreamcast.
October 30th, 2001, 2100 hours.
So I'm just going to skip past this as well. I'll tell you the basic backstory, right? This guy has come to this island because his private eye friend, he's a private eye himself, has been murdered, and he believes that whoever murdered his friend is on this island, right? She's come here because she says she's supposed to be here in an official capacity, but her secret motive to turn to this island is because she believes that one of the famous Morton brothers is her father. Dum dum dum. That's why it says characteristic father unknown. See, that's her characteristic. That's what defines her from other people. She doesn't know who her father is. Although his characteristic is slightly more revealing. He owns a gun. Not just a regular gun, a double barrel gun. The first thing you're thinking is shotgun, but nah, it's a pistol. Either way, I'm choosing Carnby simply because I think some of the puzzles I'll probably get stuck on with Elaine because I don't play her one very often. And I think she actually has a harder game, but I just like playing as Carnby. Alright. I just got to remember some of the buttons. So we've got gun. Doesn't do anything. Alright, so that's inventory. Right, okay. Just making sure. Last time I played this, I played it for a horror review video, and I played pretty much the whole game for a horror review video.
Carnby, answer me, please.
Aline, are you okay?
How could I be okay?
Oh, I forgot to say how they got to the island.
At the moment.
Listen,
Look, don't.
I'm going to skip this bit as well, right? Okay. Sorry, should have explained that. Basically, they've both crashed. Something attacked the plane on the way to the island. The plane crashed. They both escaped. She landed on the roof of the house, and he landed in the forest outside.
Try and get inside the manor, then find a place to hide. I'll come looking for you.
how long will that take?
I don't know. As little time as I can.
What?
Aline, I'll come for you, and that's a promise.
Hurry.
So this was a reboot of the original franchise, which took place sometime in the 90s, and I haven't played any of those games, but I would really like to because they look kind of like the same kind of silly but fun, whereas this is really serious game. Like, people don't fuck around in this game. Plus, this loads better than the PS2 version. It looks better, it loads faster. Everything about this version is better than the PlayStation 2 version. And I like the PlayStation 2.
Oh my God. No, don't move. Don't move.
Leave me be. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die.
Who did this to you?
This island is a hellhole. Not men. Filthy beasts. Flee. Get out of here any way you can.
How did you get here?
The boat. Last shipment, he shot everyone.
Look, just try to stay calm. You've got a gun. I'm leading you some bullets.
Stay
I'll go
calm.
and find help.
His arm's missing.
Help. But you'll die like everyone else. Run.
I'll be back.
He's telling me to run, but honestly, one, where can I run to? Two, what am I outrunning? Because at this point, I don't even know. But like, playing patty cake with anyone soon. I'll just run this way. Oh no, it looks like he has fallen injury to something. Does the stick work? No, the stick doesn't work. Not that I have a problem with that. I'm used to D-pad controls for these type of games. The first time I played this all the way through, I played it on the PC, but it doesn't run on PCs anymore. Sorry, I keep going on about how well the game runs, but like, honestly, in comparison, this plays really good in comparison to the PC. And that's saying something. I can only think of like a couple of games that have shitty PC ports. Usually it's like the PC's the superior port in every single way, and then there's like a console version. Right. The door is locked. I'll have to go into the inventory and use that key that we just had. You unlock the door. Go. I think the first time I played this, I probably was fairly scared, but like, there's not much to it anymore since I've played this so many times. Oh. Check that shit out. Alright, so let's get them bullets we came here to get. Box of magnesium bullets. It's a lot like Resident Evil in the way that it's kind of strange how this works. So like, Alone in the Dark came before Resident Evil. So Alone in the Dark is probably one of the original survival horror games. Then Resident Evil muscled into the scene and we were like, hey, check it out, we got guns. And then, basically, this game came out after sort of like the initial Alone in the Dark Resident Evil spike. So sort of everything that this game was like trying to do is like, it's based on, it's sort of like, this Alone in the Dark is based on Resident Evil, which is based on Alone in the Dark. So it's based off a game that's based off itself. It's a copy of a copy. However, this is probably, you know, I like this probably more than I like, Resident Evil. There's nothing wrong with Resident Evil. It's just a lot of running. Well, there's a lot of running around in this, but I don't know how to explain it. I just like this more. Was that a health kit? I was talking and I totally forgot what I picked up. Honestly, some of this is just second nature now. Sorry, just making sure. I don't want to like. I know I'm going to have to fight something up here. I just don't want to get caught in an area where I don't know how to fire the gun. I started a original Silent Hill game video with this, and I was like, standing there in that cafe at the start of Silent Hill, going, "Oh, the fuck do I fire the gun?" Things like that flying thing that comes into the window is just kicking me repeatedly in the head, and I was like, "I don't know how the fuck to fire the gun." Get out of the way. There's no reason to shoot them. They don't follow you to the next screen. See, look, it's like they've just, he's gone up the stairs. Fuck it, leave him. It's too late for him, we'll have to go. So there's a lot of areas where you can like try and contact Aline. This isn't going to be one of them though. Let's try it. Let's see what happens.
Aline?
See, nothing happens. But like, if you stand in front of the gates of the house and you try it, she's like, "Whoa, I don't know, blah 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 blah." Look at him just staring at it. Right, I think we need the torch at this point. Is that the letter? What's that? Is that a map? Oh, that's the map. There must be a torch button. Activate torch. This object cannot be used here. Well, I'm not So there's no button for the torch? Just realised that. Oh, there it is. Don't worry, I got it. We don't really need the torch, I just like having it. Plus, we can totally fucking run this animal. It tries to kill us, and it takes quite a lot of bullets, so it's not really worth fighting, since you don't really ever have to fight it again. See, it's like stuck behind the gate there. It takes like a load of shots to defeat, so it's not really worth doing. There's another one that teleports itself in over here as well, and you don't have to fight that one either. I've become somewhat of an expert for conserving pistol ammo, since it's like, you get it near the start of the game and it's almost completely useless. Like, it doesn't, like, these are like, besides the dogs, these are like some of the earliest enemies that you could possibly fight in the game. Fuck off. I'm taking more damage than I want to. I'm not very good at conserving health kits, let me just tell you that. Right. I always like the music in this. I think the PC version I had the best music. It had sort of like a grittier soundtrack than everything else, and it sounded awesome. I'm not gonna lie, I think the pre-rendered backgrounds in this are far better than the ones in Resident Evil as well. And the character models and everything. But like, if you can, I mean original Resident Evil, not like Resident Evil 4, but... Right. I'm gonna heal up real quick, because I'm pretty sure I need to. I'll just run around a bit to bait this thing. This is in a way the first boss of the game, and you fight it quite early. I mean, look at this. I've only been playing the game for about 10-15 minutes, if that. I don't know, I can't see a timer anymore. I think it's dead. There we go, yeah. Once the music dies down, you know it's dead. Basically, you can try and get out that way, but the thing will always come out and attack you, so you have to defeat it. You can't run away from that boss. I mean, it's a boss. Fucking run away from a boss? What kind of wimp are you? Alright. There's like subtle differences between the versions as well. Like in the PlayStation 2 version, there's a scene that's coming up in a few seconds, and I'll explain that there's just a random. I mean, I think they were all done by the same people, like the ports at least. I think this was an original version though, so I think it was designed for the Dreamcast and the PlayStation 1 or something like that. Yeah. You take a triple-barreled shotgun, something that literally shouldn't exist, but does. Oh, here's another little piece of trivia. You know the monster we just fought back there? You have to fight the same monster again as Aline, but it's much later in the game, so it's a bit harder. However, you can use this thing called the lightning gun, and the lightning gun is basically like a glorified taser at the end of the day. And what it does is it sends out an electric arc to zap anything. But the thing is, it's a constant stream of electric arc, so like a constant electric current until you run out of batteries. So all you have to do is like stand there and hold the thing, and it goes and then until it dies. And that's it. It's really easy to defeat in Aline's one. Right, so this bit. Do you want to open the casket? Is that a rhetorical question? Of course I want to open the fucking casket. So basically, this cutscene I don't think is there at all.
No.
For real, it's just not there at all on the PlayStation 2 version. You open the casket. Oh, there's a coin and there's a key in there, and that's it. That's all. That's all it is. It's like it's really disappointing after you've played the other bits and seen this like awesome cuts. Well, it's not really awesome, but like this cutscene of like, well, it's kind of lame, really, but it's still worth being there. Just for him to go like, oh man, oh I thought you were dead. Like there's like relevant text later in the game. He thought he saw you dead. He thought he saw her dead. So like, It's relevant, but, you know, I just don't get why it's not there in the PlayStation 2 version. The gate is locked. What a bloody coincidence. I'd found a key in a casket not far away. See, who would do that? Who would lock it and then think, I know where I'm going to put this. The casket. Oh, what an ingenious idea. Should I keep him on a key ring? Nah, throw him in the casket. What happens if we open it from the other side? No one's going to open it from...
Carnby? Carnby, answer me.
Aline, I thought you were dead.
See?
I did too. I'm not cut out for this kind of place. I want this to stop right now.
I understand.
You
He's a little
understand?
robotic
You
through some of
understand?
this.
You don't understand anything.
Oh, she's
I don't
over-dramatic
know
and he's
what
under-dramatic.
Johnson or Professor Morton wanted me, but I'm asking for this nightmare to stop right now.
Aline, get a grip on yourself.
You can't just...
Where are you?
In some room. But I can't get to you. One of the doors is locked, and I can crack the other one, but there's some heavy object blocking it. When I think it's Obed Morton who locked me in here, and I wanted to help him.
Don't move. I'll come free you.
Is that the best you can do?
Yes, that's the best I can do.
Well, okay then. Hurry up.
Right, so there's a series of puzzles that you can actually solve straight away without much of an effort. You see this bust here? There's like a little thing on the floor. Oh, crap. Well, I guess there's a problem in my hands. It's going to lunge at me. I'm just going to quickly change weapon. Oh no, change weapon. I think it's going to get me. Oh no, I got it first. There you go, look at that. The thing is, you get so many rounds for the shotgun, and it takes such a long time with the pistol that it's just a waste of time trying to fight those things. Literally, the pistol is like, you get it at the start of the game, and it becomes quickly irrelevant because everything else is like, it takes such a long time to defeat anything with the pistol. Right, anyway, as I was saying about the puzzles, right, there's a lot on the floor next to the bust on which is like that statue right in front of us. There's that little thing that suggests that it could be pushed, but the thing is, all it does is reveal HM, which on the back of it is supposed to be the person who's supposed to be the bust. Basically that's a statue of Howard Morton, who's Obed Morton's father, and all you have to do is basically put his name in, his initials. That's it. The thing is, you only know that by pushing it in front of the mirror, and the mirror reveals that on the back of it, it says HM. So you just like, oh, I put in two letters. Oh, right. And then you just put in HM, and then it'll give you the first portrait key. I've played this enough to know these puzzles pretty much inside out. All right, there you go. That's Howard Morton's one. There's all you've got the entire Morton family history, which I honestly, this is the only game where I've been really like interested in the backstory of some of these characters, and I'm probably going to read out some of the diaries, but not all of them. Some of them are just like tedious, but they're well, some of them are like really cliche as well.
Hey, I can hear you. Can you see what's blocking the door?
I think it's just a chest of drawers.
Well, then push it aside.
Do you think like what came first, the animation, or like the drawing of this clearly a wardrobe, or the, you know, the voice acting of just like it's a chest of drawers? Because it's not a chest of drawers. I can't seem to activate it either way. Oh, there we go. There we go. If you think I'm going inside though, you're wrong. We've got to check out this. Do you want to activate the portrait's mechanism? Right, you get a little key. Which looks like a draw key. Oh. Ah, it took too long. Should have reloaded before that happened. Looks like I'm still doing fine though. I don't know why all the cutscenes look, you know, like hazy.
At last. I want you to tell me what's going on.
Like the frame rate's dropped by
But I do love your new outfit.
dropped 10 frames a
Makes you
second.
look less, you know.
Yes, I know.
All she's done
Yeah,
is
I
take her
got
top
your
off, Carnby. Fuck's sake.
What about my jacket?
We're on an
Well, I
island full of
locked you up in
monsters.
there
Keep it in
while
your
he thought I
pants, damn it.
matched his hair. Listen, I should never have agreed to let you come along.
I have my own reasons for being here. Were you able to talk with Obed Morton?
No, were you?
I'm not so sure. I have this feeling that there's more than one Obed Morton.
It's way too dangerous. We have to find a safe place for you where you can hide and wait for me.
Listen, Carnby. You know as well as I do that the safest place is at least 2 hours away by plane. I haven't done too bad up till now, and I sure don't intend to spend whatever time I have left doing nothing. I want to know. Just before, I heard this voice above us. There's a trap door. If you help me, I can reach it.
Why not stick together?
You and I don't have the same goal.
He has very valid
Remember what you
points.
told me in the plane. Come on, give me a hand.
What if I were to say no?
You're not the type to say no.
Look how fucking high up that is. Like, even with a boost, that's a fucking long way up. Right, so there's a bunch of items we can get in this room. In this drawer, we have the tape recorder, which is worth something later. And then we have the statue. I'm not listening to that now. I mean, we can play it if you want. Actually, yeah, fuck it, we'll play it. We'll play the damn thing. Where's the tape recorder then? Have I lost it? Notebook. Contact Johnson, Aline and I. Hell broke loose here. I must reach the manor before something happens to Aline. Aline is alive. I've got Aline out of the trap. Okay. Well, that's a notebook. We've got any... Oh, we got the tape recorders in the documents, right? So let's listen to that then.
Ugulai hyper hanes kona.
I have always wondered about the circle of stones located in the moors. When I would ask Edenshaw about it, he always remained very vague. I now think it's some kind of ritual calendar used to determine various astronomical events. I have started building a planetarium that will be used in conjunction with the circle of stones. All this seems linked to the gate, to the opening of the gate, and to the ritual of the 7 statues. Edenshaw was very surprised. It seems he had not thought them related. I therefore talked him into performing the ritual of his ancestors. I know his weakness and how to use it. He wanted to convince me of his powers as a witch doctor. Even he acted out of pride. I recorded him while he spoke the sacred words of his tribe. He was standing before one of the steels, and the direction in which he pronounced the incantation seemed an important part of the ritual. But nothing happened. The time has not yet come, is what he said, justifying himself.
There you go. Basically, there's a lot of stuff in that recording that you probably, if you haven't played the game before, you probably won't understand till later. But it's something that's quite important on the second disc, but it's not something that's quite important now. So, you know, it's just sort of there, really. An Indian posing in front of an underground door, framed by 2 monumental statues. There's a diary entry over here, but it's Alan's one. So we're not really going to read it, but we're just going to pick it up. Oh, if I could pick the thing up. There it is. There we go, read it. And, I don't think there's anything else in here apart from the secret door. Which the thing is, if you know where it is, you can just activate it. But if you don't know where it is, this is how you tell where it is. You turn the lights off, which is something that you normally wouldn't do in a game like this. And when you go over to the mirror, oh look, a secret passage. Right, let's activate the light. I don't think there's anything down here apart from a charm of saving, which we're probably going to nick anyway. I don't plan on dying, so I'm probably not going to need to save the game very often. See, there's a bunch of locations that are unique to each character. So, like, there's a bunch of areas that Carnby can go that Aline can't go based on their storyline. And then there's the same for the other way around, like vice versa. And this here is the radio room, which is one that is completely, I mean, Carnby, you can look at it. Do you want to look through the spy hole? Yeah, let's check that out. Man, look at that radio room. That's it, though. You can't go in there, because there's a plank of wood on the way. I mean, really, that's it. But, I think you speak to... I don't know, I'm not sure, actually. I can't actually remember now if Carnby goes in. I don't think he does, but I think it's more of I think it's an Aline area, not a Carnby area. Alright, we checked that out. That was worth checking out, sort of. We got the charm of saving off the floor, which is good for saving the game. It's the same sort of thing as like the ribbon, the ink ribbon in Resident Evil. It's basically the same thing. Right. Forgotten how to use the stairs. Now we're going to enter another cutscene. I don't get why the cutscenes are like the gameplay itself is like nice and smooth and everything, and then when you go into a cutscene, everything seems to go into like, you know, 60s haze. Everything's sort of like, look, yeah, he looks, his frame rate's dropped by like 40 frames. Look at this.
I know who you are and what you have come looking for. I was expecting you.
Just stay where you are. Don't move an inch. Who are you?
They call me Edenshaw. I am the guardian of this island.
The Guardian? Guardian of what? And what are all these monsters? What the heck's going on here?
Professor Morton has definitely crossed the threshold.
Look, can't you spell it out? What is this mess?
My weakness is to blame. I let
Simple answer. No, he can't spell it out. No, he's not going to spell it out.
But the legends were not wrong. You have come to us. My only hope is that it is not too late.
This is all Greek to me.
He tells him nothing, really. He really
It
just
will
tells him
become
absolutely
clear
nothing.
Soon enough. Go to the library. The books withhold many a secret. Also, take this charm. It will prevent you from falling into oblivion with all the others. Go, fulfill your destiny. Save us.
Wait. I didn't come here to fool around. I came to investigate Fisk's death.
I do not know who you are talking about.
Charles Fisk. 50-ish, about 6'1", graying hair.
I still do not know who that is. You see, nobody's come to Shadow Island for months now.
Okay, that's about enough of this. Oh, God.
Turn the lights on out here. Right, there we go. I was going to say something, but I've totally forgotten what it was. We got to go down here anyway. So the first time I came down here, I was like, oh no, what is this? And then it was like, oh, it's just a fucking zombie. That was a waste of time. Oh, come on. Like, there's like terms and conditions for when you can shoot things sometimes. It's really kind of irritating. There we go. I think there's another one around here. I guess not. But there is a health kit, which we do need, because I'm probably going to get fucked up. Phosphorus cartridges, and I think that's it. There's more stuff in the other door that we were supposed to go down. Yeah, Eden Shaw's another one of those characters who sort of... He'll tell you stuff, but he's just so bloody vague that it's just sort of like... Alright, thanks. Yeah, I'll just take that with a pinch of salt and be on my way. Right, so we need this massive wolf mask that is actually bigger than our torso. Just gonna fuck that thing. Alright, we got that. And then there's this photograph here, which is, I mean, you can look at it there. I mean, we don't really need it, but like, I'm gonna take it anyway. I already know what I need it for. I already know what I'm fucking doing. I just need it. Right. No, it's the wrong way, isn't it? Tell you what, the Dreamcast version spawns a hell of a lot more zombies than the other one. Oh yeah, that was what I was going to say. I know it's a bit irrelevant now because I'm in a fighting scene, but did you know another one of the main differences between the PlayStation 2 version and this one is the only one that has moving lips is the PS2 version. Like, people's lips moves when they talk, and I guess they thought this is a valuable... PlayStation players will not appreciate the game that does not have moving lips. There's a load of them. I don't think I can get the other one from here, but I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to give it my best shot. Right. Like I said, I'm not very good at conserving shotgun ammo, but you do get a lot of it anyway. I've still got 36. I'm probably going to find some more in here. If this is the right room. Yes, it is. That's good. Right. Alright, so there's a crowbar, which we're going to need. Right, here's one worth reading. I, the undersigned Richard Morton, being of sound mind and body, declare this document to be my last will and testament. Let no other take its place. Archibald, my son, the mission I undertook many years ago is still vast and incomplete. I expect you and your descendants to strive without respite to its completion to this end. For its completion to this end, sorry. I bequeath you my goods and chattels, my estate and all it contains. Let Deserto guide you. He will tell you what to do and how to do it. Archibald, I have often seen doubt cloud your youthful eye. Sometimes your glance betrays your disapproval. Indeed, I have sacrificed human life, but name me the conquest without sacrifice. Indeed, I have defiled almost every commandment in the Bible, but isn't morality always the first causality of progress? What worth do few miserable lives have compared to the immense discoveries, the enormous unprecedented advances that I have made? Archibald, I know you are no coward. I know that with Deserto's help you will go far, much further than I ever did. You will be the one to venture into the unknown. You will set the foundation for new humanity. I know that, because of us, the Morton name will shine with the light of 1,000 stars in the great pantheon of history. My detractors will become the laughing stock of the generations to come. Thanks to you and the confidence I have in Deserto, our destiny shall be fulfilled. Thus I do leave this world in peace. My library is my life's work. I wanted it to be a hexagon in the perfect form of 6 equilateral triangles representing the universe and its repository for 10 centuries of human knowledge. Worthless, every word of it. 10 centuries of empty, hollowed treatises. Looks like it's just, I don't know. 10 black centuries of ignorance, vain, and stupid reflections that remind us each day how vile and petty the human spirit is. 10 centuries and not one mention of the world of darkness. I understand now that humanity has let its destiny go by. However, 4 works are worth saving. 4 works contain the true key. I have discovered a symbol that represents the world of darkness and light. 2 entities in equilibrium, one above the other. The one does not exist without the other. 2 triangles juxtaposed in opposition. One clear, the other dark. I placed the 4 books vertically in space in the library representing this symbol. The symbol thus crosses the library from one to the other. The first is placed the highest, the second is opposite. Light, dark, dark, light, and then it draws you a diagram as if you're an idiot. So that's the original founder of the island, Richard Morton's last will and testament. This is Obed Morton's one. Like, Obed Morton's like 18 pages, and it's just sort of like, oh no, there's something bad's going on, but I'm too busy writing, random translations in my diary to do anything about it. It's really annoying. But look how nice the hard floor worked. Look at the floor. Look, it looks really good, doesn't it? Oh, I read. Professor Morton's presentation immediately triggered passionate outbursts from specialists in the present audience. For several years, Obed Morton, a world-renowned specialist in the history of the Native Americans, has devoted himself to researching all available data about one tribe, the Abacanis, of whom there is no living ancestral trace. Until today, Professor Morton has kept his research top secret. All we know about this research is that it received considerable financial backing from the Institute of Ethnology in Boston, as well as a significant slice of Obed Morton's own legendary family fortune. His research activity has been monumental, and it would take too long to detail the hypothesis and evidence laid down by Obed Morton. The thrust of the Enement ento-linguistic argument is that around 12,000 BC, the Abacanis tribe conceived a highly developed complex writing system through the combination of signifying symbols. These astounding findings challenge not just our knowledge of North American Indian culture, but also what we know about the origins of languages and writing. Several specialists in the field present at this historic conference spoke out immediately against the professor's theories. For our part, we will merely state that a work of these proportions is beyond the score of one man alone. All the same, this is exactly what Professor Morton claims. You take a first aid kit. The cupboard is empty. It's not. Look, there's an oar in there. There's some books. Looks like some sort of wheel down there at the bottom. It's not empty. Don't lie to me, game. Well, there's nothing else in here as far as I'm aware. Oh, wait, no, I've got to fill the thing up with water, haven't I? This is kind of stupid, but if you get the... I'm not going to bother looking at it, but that photograph that we picked up in the other office is basically a depiction of what you need to do. And you're supposed to take Archibald Morton's flask, which we picked up in here. You're supposed to fill it full of water, and then you're supposed to put it on the thing pictured in the picture. And that will unlock another one of the portraits. Better go out the other way. You never know when you might have to come back through this way. Keep running into things. Why am I going this way? I've got to go. I haven't done the thing yet. Part of me was like, oh, I better go through that door, and then I didn't. Right. Yeah, I know they're down here again. Bloody menace. Man. Fuck off. Right. No, I don't want to use the key. Right, so that weighs that down, it lifts something else, and then, what do you know? Archibald Morton's portrait's open. I think all you get in there is another key. I think only Richard Morton's one has something substantial in it. It's right next to me. 2 of them, great. You can all fuck off, and I'm not fighting you either. Looks like the monsters aren't that, like the actual zombies aren't that frightening in this. They're there, yeah, but they ain't fucking frightening. I think there was only one part of this game that really creeped me out as a kid, and I'll mention it later. We're not going to see it for a long time, so, you know. Right, let's go. Activate the portrait. Yeah, what kind of key is it? Large ornate key? No, it's a gilded key. So it's not the key to the library. It's a key to something else, which I think is something... I think it's something in the attic. Either way, that's where we're going now. Oh no, it's one of the doors on the first floor. Oh yeah, there's some shotgun shells on here, isn't there? Gonna need them. Right, time to go to the attic. There's like 3 different staircases. No, I think there's 2 different staircases. No, there is just 3 different staircases. There's one that goes all the way up to the 2nd and 3rd floor, then one that goes up to the 1st floor, and then another one on the other side of the building that goes up to the 2nd and 3rd floor. So here we get the grenade launcher, which is not awesome, sorry, it's an awesome weapon, but it's just fucking useless in this game because you don't ever get any. You only get the 5 rounds for it that you have, and that's it. I never found any more than that.
Where are you?
In the attic.
I went through there. I saw that there's some sort of trap door on the floor. You'll see it. When you walk on it, it has a hollow sound. I met Edenshaw, the old Indian. He told me he was the last witch doctor. He says he can do something that will stop all this madness. Do you think we can trust him?
I met him too. He seemed to know a lot more than he said. But I don't think
Fucking, he said a lot of stuff, but it wasn't anything useful.
7 statues to carry out some sort of ritual.
Well, why doesn't he go looking for them?
Can't we help him?
Sure. What do these statues look like?
I don't really know. They depict some kind of animals, I think.
Oh, well, that narrows it down.
Carnby, I'm sure it's...
Honestly, I actually like the dialogue in this. It's all sort of like, you know, everyone's trying to be an asshole, basically.
And where is your home?
I don't know yet.
We'll get to that later. Over.
Over. She's like very cheerful. Right, so this door would normally be locked, but I'm pretty sure one of the keys that we picked up, I think it's the little one. There you go. You unlock the door. As if by magic. Well, I'm not going to stand around to fight these things. You can kill them with shotgun blasts, but it takes such a long time that it's just ultimately not worth it. You can scare them away with a torch as well, which is one of the only cases where you can actually use the torch as a weapon. It's easy just to run past a lot of the enemies. It's just not worth fighting some of them. Know when to pick your fights. Rule number 1. Right, so here it is. Use crowbar. You crack a hole in the floor and surprise, surprise, it looks like there's nothing in there. But actually, little did you know, there's a small key. And another key. See, I don't get why they would put these keys, unless these are spare keys. I was like, I hope these are spare keys, because otherwise, like, oh man, we've got to get into the dining room again. Get the crowbar, we've got to smash a hole in the floor. Like, for real, where's the logic there? That's sealed up. In other words, you ain't going that way. No matter how hard. going that way. See, it would be quite awkward if you did actually have to fight that many, but you don't. See, look, they're all gone now. There's those ones, which we're gonna use the grenade launcher because it's just quicker. Right, let's see if we can aim this properly. Is there a way to aim this bloody thing? Oh, there we go, there we go. Crap. Shit. I don't want that. There we go, I got all of them in one go. You have to hold down the right trigger to aim, then the left trigger to manually aim, then you have to use the stick. And the stick doesn't work how you think it does. You push right and it goes left, you push left and it goes right. I guess it's based on which way you're facing. Right, so at this point you could use the lighter, which I think I failed to pick up, to crack a hole in here, but if you just use the crowbar you can just crack a hole in here anyway. There you go. Right. I probably should go back and get that lighter though. I think it's only around here or something, isn't it? It's on this table. I don't think it's far away, wherever it is. Better go get it though. I think I might need it for something else later. There's something on there on Lean's game, but not on this one. I think it's back in the other room. I think. I don't really remember. I think it is used for a puzzle later in the game. So you can kill him, it's just a waste of time. There it is, you take a lighter. I wonder what is the most like annoying game for picking things up, because I was just thinking like I just got the lighter, right, but in like when you play Penumbra Overture it's like, oh, so you've got a lighter but there's no fuel in it, so you'll have to get a lighter refuel, and I'm like, really? I've got to get a refill for the lighter before I can use the lighter? Like the game where like it's the most convoluted game where it takes so long to do something basic. I need to start a fire, but I've got a lighter, but I can't just use the lighter. I've got to find a lighter refill before I can use the lighter to light the fire. Like, like what's the longest it could take? There must be something that just takes a ridiculously long time. I'm just going to use a torch this time, fuck him. This is like the easiest way to defeat all the enemies in the room. Not what I'm doing here. Wait for it, wait for it. They don't like light. What do you do? Turn the lights on. There's no way for them to go to avoid it and they all just die. Honestly, it's hilarious. I'm having such a hard time steering him. It is like tank controls, just letting you know. This isn't like basic walking. I'd nail basic walking. Let's go talk to Crazy Lady, who I'm sure has something richly rewarding to tell me.
Back.
Back? Who are you talking about?
But who are you?
The name's Carnby, Edward Carnby, and I'm here to help you.
Do not lie to me. You are here for something else. Are you with the young lady?
Aline? Do you know where she is?
Oh, she is most probably dead by now. You know, Mr. Carnby, of all those who set foot on the island, few ever got away. Obed told me he spoke to a man, it was last week, I think. Obed was sure the man was going to help us. Oh, Obed has always been gullible.
This man, was his name Fisk? Charles Fisk?
How can one be sure of anything on Shadow Island? I know you have come to harm
There's
my sons.
there's being confused, and there's just being plain
Go to
unhelpful.
the library and burn it all. Let the flames purify this hellish place.
But what about you?
I am already dead. Go to hell.
Just fucking. He's like, Jesus Christ. It's like, came here something basic like, "Oh, can you help me?" And then all I got was, "Go to hell." I think we get to talk to her again. I don't know. Let's try. Oh, you can actually use it this time.
Aline?
Right here. How's it going?
I met someone called Edenshaw.
And what'd you find out?
What?
He knows a lot more than he's saying. He says he
We
never
already
saw
didn't we already have this
the friend I
conversation?
told you about.
What do you make of that?
One of two things. Either he's telling the truth, and Johnson and his men are total bastards, or else he's lying, which means he's just one more suspect.
What if Fisk came here, but decided not to show himself? What if he just stayed hidden?
No, that's no good. I know how Fisk operates, and he would have had to ask questions.
But maybe he never had time to.
What do you mean?
The monsters, the creatures.
But Fisk died of a bullet to the heart.
Oh, I see. Or actually, I don't see. I'll go looking for Obed Morton. He has the answers to our questions.
I'm starting to think otherwise.
Why did we have that conversation? Really though? Didn't I just meet someone far more interesting than Eden Shaw? It's locked, isn't it? Right. I'm pretty sure the key that I get from Archibald's. Oh no, wait a second. Let's examine this one. What does it say? Second floor east. Right, so this must be. What does that one say then? Ground floor east. Okay, so that's. Right. Well, fucking ground floor east. Isn't that just a set of stairs? I'll have to find out, won't I? Pretty sure it's just a set of stairs. Give him credit though. The actual screams in this are fairly haunting. I'd say that. Not like terrifying, but like, you know, creepy. Like the music in this is really good as well. I think I said this before, but like even like the Dreamcast version, the music's really good. There's adequate use of lack of music as well, which is also really nice. Oh shit. Well, looks like I fucked up. Wow, I only got hit once. What do you know? Right, so we don't have a thing for the ground floor east. Maybe this is ground floor east. Maybe the other one's ground floor west. Nope, it is not. You unlocked the door? Oh, I fucking didn't need it then, did I? This door is locked. Is this one ground floor east? Do I have to guess? That's not ground floor east either. So I guess it probably is that useless set of stairs that takes you up to the second floor. I mean first floor. Like, I can get to the first floor just by going up this way. I don't need that key to get... I don't need that key at all. Why was it in like a... You have to solve that puzzle to get that key. And that key just lets you onto the second floor... Or the first floor. well, fucking surprise, here I am on the second floor. Didn't need that thing anyway.
Aline?
Carnby?
Yeah. I just don't understand what part Obed Morton's playing in all this business.
My feeling is that it's his brother who holds all the answers.
His brother?
Alan, Obed's twin brother.
So that's it.
It seems as though Alan Morton is... How can I put it? Diabolic. Yeah, that's the term that fits him best. I found out he killed his own father, Howard, and used him as a subject for his experiments. He's a monster.
Aline, you're holding something back.
I believe.
Tell me
I
everything,
think that
Elaine.
Alan Morton, like some sort of Dr. Moreau, genetic manipulation of some kind, but not on animals, on creatures of darkness.
Oh, that would explain... Aline, we've got to stop him.
Carnby, I'm way out of my element here.
I'd be a liar if I told you I've got it under control.
What are you on about? We've got this under control. Everything's fucking fine. See? Not a problem at all. Just like taking out the trash. Watch this. I mean, there's that. That's it. That's all that happens. A gun rack, empty. There was enough to arm a garrison. But you never really you don't really see him, like, using rifles and anything. Like, I mean, any of the bad guys, really. They're always using sort of the same generic bits and pieces that they use. You know, like the same weapons that you use, basically. Right, to use the key to unlock the drawer. Right, so we have half a picture and a large ornate key. So we can get into the library now, I think. 2581. Maybe I should read this one. The human shadow fusion has become a reality. All these years of groping my way along, how many false leads have I followed, how many detours, but today the truth is standing before my very eyes. Oh, Father, your veins run once again with life. Father, you are my firstborn son. The cells of creatures of darkness do not contain, properly speaking, DNA. Rather, a crystalline structure with surprising photosensitive properties is present. It is as though the creatures didn't reproduce, or rather as if they multiplied after the manner of bacteria. Mitosis. I don't yet understand the factors which trigger this multiplication, but it is obvious that once I manage to pass behind the gate, I will know infinitely more. The fusion is based on a principle of surprising simplicity, for which I haven't yet mastered all. All the elements. It is necessary... I haven't mastered all the elements. It is necessary to first extract a few milligrams of the crystalline structure, the most effective being those that cluster around the center of what could pass for the skull. The creatures have neither a skeleton nor flesh, nor, properly speaking, blood. They are closer in structure to the mineral than the animal. One could say it is though the mineral attempted to imitate the evolution of the living. Once extracted, the crystalline structure injected whether directly into the vascular system of the dead or living human. I am persuaded I can perfect the procedure. Mixing the crystalline structure of the different creatures, I obtained a more stable result. I can't deny that, reading the lines I have just written, I have the impression of holding a treatise on some medieval medicine in my hands. It is nonetheless the truth. The fruits of my labour, the world of darkness is revealing its secrets to me. From now on, I will need more bodies. I am going to multiply the experiments. Obed will provide the supply. His friends on the continent seem to have even less scruples than me. Ooh. There's not much to do here, right? So we got the key and the thing. We didn't need anything else. I think I need to find the other side of that. Alright, so there's a bunch of rooms we can explore around here that will give us something. This is an interesting room. Too slow again. Bloody menace, those bloody whatever the fuck they are. I don't even know their names. I don't know any of the monsters' names. Just monsters, really. Just that's what it boils down to. Check this out. Must have hurt. Look at that. That's a clusterfuck right there. Right. We're going to change back to the pistol because I don't want to waste shotgun rounds on this thing. Wrong button again. Why do I keep pushing that one? There we go. Well, there we go. Everything's gone slightly green for some reason, and we've managed to burn the hole in the floor. You take a rocket launcher pistol. Just one of those things everyone has laying around. Right. I think there's some stuff over the other side, but I don't think it's anything worth having. Take a charm of saving. There's a mirror here, but yeah, again, it's something on a lean story that's worth something. It's not, there's nothing here in Carnby's story. That's sealed up. I am curious to see. Maybe is it this one? This door is locked. So it's not that one either. This door seems sealed up. So this one's just plain locked. I would have thought that that key would have opened it, since that's apparently what it does, but maybe it doesn't open it from this side. Fuck it, I don't know. Oh, I've still got the pistol. One down. That's two down. There is stuff down here, but like I don't think I can get into this room yet. I think I need something else to be able to get into here. This door is locked. Unless that gilded key does it, who knows? Nope. No, it does not. Okay, well, fuck that thing. I'm sure it does something. I just don't know what it is. Oh, I know. Maybe it takes some. You unlock the door. That's good. I need that anyway. Is it climbing the stairs? We shall find out soon when he auto aims towards it, unless it's failing to climb the stairs. I don't know. I think it's below me. I mean, both, you know, in terms of class and, you know, verticality. Nailed it. Right. Just realised maybe it opens that other door that I wasn't paying attention to. Ground floor east could mean one of the doors through here. There's gonna be some. Nope. That's a bloody surprise. There's no zombies down here. This door is locked. It's probably this one the gilded key opens. Oh. Shit. Oh, man. Fuck's sake. Pain in the ass. Right, so I think there's a few bits in here that we can pick up. This is like the show-off room as far as I care. Small gilded key. So you'd never see that otherwise. Oh no, you can. Okay, I didn't realise you could move in front of it. I usually don't bother. I don't know why, I just don't bother. Right, so you see this thing here. You can use the wolf mask on it. You just put the wolf mask over the owl mask and suddenly it opens up and there's a key in there. Right, so let's take that key as well. That should give us the stuff that we need to get into the other rooms. I think. Let's check this thing out. No, let's go. This door seems sealed up. Fuck's sake, what have I always got to go around the long way? Can't take no shortcuts anywhere. Doesn't help that I run around like a moron as well, but... Ah, there's gonna be zombies there. Yeah, of course there is. So if I'm right, the small key should be the key to Obed's room, which is the one that I was trying to get into earlier. And the other one should be... I don't know. I do not remember. I'm sorry, I was like, what am I doing here? Where am I going? What am I trying to do here? Right, it should be this one. I think it should be this one either way. Not that door. That's the one the one we saved Aline from. It doesn't open, just letting you know. There's no point trying to find a key for it because you won't be able to find a key for it because there isn't a key for it. Yeah, it's this one. See, I told you. It's recently or anything. I totally figured that one out on my own. Fuck off. Alright, from right, there's something over here. Half a photograph. And Richard Morton. Okay, we'll read this one as well. This one's from Deserto. Gives you an idea of who Deserto is. Richard Morton, you don't know me as long as you don't know me. Richard Morton, you don't know me. And as long as you don't know me, your path will be strewn with pitfalls and perils. My name is Judas Deserto. Even if you may not know me, I know all about you. I know about your sleepless nights, the evenings you spend huddled, cold and alone. I know about your fear of the day and about the terrible loneliness you feel faced with the unknown, face to face with something words can't describe. In the course of a life that has been too long, I have encountered the creatures of night. I can help you overcome them, master them, and make them your slaves, your servants. You will find supreme power, the power of the absolute that knows no bounds, for all eternity. You will find that wielding it brings intense pleasure. My name is Judas Deserto, and already you are getting to know me better. In exchange for this power that already I feel surging through your veins, I ask you one small favor, a small request which you will not fail to comply once the time is ripe. All I require is that you send me a small promissory note enclosed signed with your blood. My name is Judas Deserto, and now you know who I am. So there should be I think there's a key or thing over here. Oh no, there's another diary. This is Obed Morton's diary. Eden Shaw and I. Eden Shaw was like a real father for us. He was Grandpa Jeremy's best and only friend. I always felt there was a strong bond between us, like we shaped a secret or the responsibility for a terrible mistake. Oh, shared a secret, sorry, I thought I said shaped. I remember when we were kids, he would always get Alan and me mixed up. Grandpa Jeremy in the Fort Laboratory. Jeremy would spend days and nights on end in the workshop. It was here too that I started my own scientific career. Eden Shaw had his bedroom just next door, as if Grandfather couldn't go without having him around. Picture taken during the visit to the Anthropology Museum in Boston. My grandfather organised a visit for my 15th birthday. That visit determined my choice of profession. I remember how surprised it was just how much Eden Shaw knew. Grandpa Jeremy's workshop. My grandfather's workshop was like Ali Baba's cave, but I always sensed that behind his carefree appearance, the research he carried out had very far-reaching consequences. Eden Shaw in the garden of the estate. Eden Shaw said little about his Native American origins, which gave him a certain mystery and certain aura. I am still convinced that he knows much more than he lets on. July 13th, 1991. Alan has done something terrible. Howard, our father, we are going straight to hell. Well, as she already stated earlier on, you pretty much know what she did to his father. It's quite an interesting scene in Aline's story. Hang on, wait a second. I think there's something else in here. Charm of a large ornate key. So now we have both. Pardon me. We have both keys to the library. So we should probably go and check out the library. If I'm right, they all just come hobbling around the corner. There they are. Like London buses. Noise is definitely getting closer. Oh, there he is. And that's it. For real, though. I could have run past him, but, you know, it's just not worth it sometimes. Right, so we've got the key to the library. We'll go check out the library. But I think I'm going to end the video before we go checking out the library. So I'm going to separate it into 4 videos. So this will be part 1, disc 1, or whatever. And the other one will be part 2, disc 1. Well, that's a surprise. I thought there was going to be more bastards in here. Right, so here we go. Not that one. Not that one either. They're both doors to the library. I'm not standing in the right place. And I'll see you in the next video.